Here are the ingredients I use to make my bread. Bread flour, 12.7%, 950 grams, 33.5 ounces. Whole wheat flour, 50 grams, 1.75 ounces. Himalayan salt, 20 grams, 0.7 ounces. 2 tablespoons of dried basil. 2 tablespoons of oregano. One liter jar of sourdough starter. The jar is without a rubber seal, allowing air to reach the starter when I feed it. The starter doubles in volume in 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 chopped jalapeño peppers, without seeds, unless you like it extra spicy. Sharp cheddar cheese, 200 grams, 7 ounces, or more, depending on preference. Warm boiled water, 60% of the flour weight, in this case, 600 grams, 21 ounces, of water for 1,000 grams, 35.2 ounces, of flour. Finely chopped bacon, bacon bits, for added flavor and aroma in the bread. I use an old mixer. No need to dirty your hands or struggle with kneading the dough. Anyone can do it. I start by pouring in warm water, never hot, so as not to kill the starter. I add almost the entire jar of starter and mix on low speed until the starter is well combined with the water. Next, I add the dry ingredients along with the bacon and mix on low speed until the dough starts to pull away from the sides of the bowl and is well combined. A small note, you can add the cheese and peppers right from the start and mix until the dough is ready for the next steps. I switch the mixer to speed 2 and continue mixing until the dough has a uniform consistency. I cover the bowl with a kitchen towel and place it in the oven at 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. After that time, I take the dough out of the oven. When I see that it has risen, I fold it 4 times with wet hand, as shown in the video. And put it back in the oven for another hour or until the dough doubles in size. Meanwhile, I prepare the baking forms. I use a proofing basket with a linen liner, which I lightly spray with water and dust with flour. You can also use flour that won't stick to the form. This is the simplest method I've been using for a year, and it works every time. For the silicone form, I brush olive oil inside and dust it with flour. The form is now ready for the dough to ferment. I spray my work surface with vinegar to disinfect it since I will be working the dough on it. After an hour, the dough has risen. I take it out onto the counter using a plastic spatula. With a larger spatula, I divide the dough into 2 equal parts. I stretch it into a rectangle and spread cheese and peppers over 2/3 of the surface. Then, I roll the dough into a ball and leave it on the counter, covered, for 30 minutes. I repeat the same process with the second portion of dough. The dough is not too sticky, so there's no need to use flour or water to shape the loaf. After 30 minutes, I uncover the dough, dust it with flour, and continue shaping the loaves. In my case, I make round shapes as I use oval forms. I flip the prepared dough over as shown in the video and place it in the form. I dust it with flour, cover it with a shower cap or plastic bag, and put it in the fridge overnight for fermentation. The next day, in the morning or around noon, I take the forms with the dough out of the fridge and preheat the oven to 480 degrees Fahrenheit, 250 degrees Celsius. In the oven, I have a container of hot water and an enameled cast iron pot with a lid, which I also heat to 480 degrees Fahrenheit. This usually takes around 30 minutes. While the oven is heating, I place the shaped dough on parchment paper. I dust it with a bit of flour and make cuts to control the cracking during baking. Don't get distracted when working with a very hot oven. When the oven reaches 480 degrees Fahrenheit, I carefully take out the cast iron pot with the lid. I transfer the loaf on the parchment paper directly into the pot. I trim any excess paper sticking out, as I don't like it burning under the lid. I bake the bread covered for 25 minutes. After that, I remove the lid and continue baking for another 25 minutes. Baking with a container of water ensures proper humidity in the oven, so don't forget that step. After 50 to 60 minutes, the bread is ready to be taken out of the oven. I cover it with a kitchen towel and leave it to cool. Don't cut the bread too early, it's still baking from the inside. Wait until it's warm, and it will be perfect for eating. Finally, I recommend pouring olive oil onto a plate, adding balsamic vinegar and Parmesan cheese. Dipping a slice of bread into this will make you feel truly happy. Enjoy!